So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another type of way that we can hack to solve another type of problem that we can face today. And then solve this with the focus in applying the mental models that we know that are true patterns that we see that happens in reality, but making it in a way that they so can create solutions in order so to solve these problems. Obviously, it's in a not technical way to see these problems because I'm not someone that's so as all the studies enough to create technical solutions for them, but see so how you by using these models, these concepts, you already can solve. You already so can create ideas that can so be a guide to how you can approach these problems. But then, so what's going to be the problem today? It's the global housing crisis that we're facing today in the world. So always you should buy you should focus by understanding first as much as possible the problem that you're facing. So what do you have? We have 1.6 billion people that lack adequate housing. We have economic cost because we have 1.5 trillion year lost in productivity and social service because people they cannot have access to adequate housing. And we have to understand as well the crisis drivers, speculation, zoning laws, and a bit of inequality that makes so the majority of resources being allocated in certain people while other ones fight for a scarce resource that rests for them. And then so top 1% tends to hold 45% of urban property. But then so we need to look for the mental models, for the solutions for that. First, we have the iron law of oligarchy, the power consolidation. What's the idea? Real estate markets are controlled by elites, sidelining the needy. So what's the fix? We have the community land trusts. We have in Auckland the Hawaii CLT tests residents collectively own land. This make the housing costs decrease 50%. And we have the vacancy taxes. Vancouver charges 30% of property value for empty homes, as make freed up 25 key units in 2003. So see ways to hack in order to this higher level of oligarchy exists. So if you don't have the real estate markets controlled by just by seeing the need, you have to create incentives for this not happening. And then so you can do it. You can create taxes for them if they have like this big empty mix, so the resources circulating, so new people that are needy for that using it. And then all you can as well apply other type of ways. So if you want these people that have more time of money to buy the things and then to control it and creating speculation, why not so putting taxes that make so them paying that much more? So like putting taxes, additional tax. So analyzing the wealth condition of them can be a way so to create incentives for the ones that doesn't have that much money getting access to the house cheaper price than other ones. So it's just ideas, but you see what's called be a way to hack. It's so designing the system to create incentives for so the action that you want to get taken. Second, we have the sunlight principles. The transparency breaks corruption. What's the idea is that secret deals fuel speculation. But what's the idea by knowing that? We have so the public ownership registers. We have the UK that has exposed 87k anonymous property owners, as made so 30% sold to locals under pressure. And we have algorithmic zoning. Barcelona's open source platforms let citizens vet to unfair development. Three, network effects, housing as a cluster. Ideas that markets amplify inequality as wealth concentrates in hotspots. So how to fix that? Decentralized cities. We have Egypt's new administrative capital that redistributes jobs, housing to deserts, has made the Cairo overcrowding reduced by 40%. And we have remote work hubs in Portugal's digital nomad villages, revived dying towns with cheap housing, more fiber internet. So if you want as well to person that don't be that much higher, you probably also have to play with offer and supply. You don't just it's not always easy to increase the offering by building more houses. Sometimes the city is already overcrowded, but then so you can play in the search for them to decrease for that specific region. And then so now again working with incentives so to go and making so them have incentives to act in a different way so that what they are acting right now that makes so the problem to exist. 4. We have the hysteresis. Short-term fixes, long-term damage. What's the idea? Bad policies leave permanent scars, like the slums replacing farms. But also, by knowing it, what we can do with this knowledge. Fix, we have the Singapore's 99-year leases. State owns land leases to developers, as making ensures affordability for generations. Retrofit first policies. We have the Amsterdam bans demolition as makes to convert office to housing. 10k units added since 2020. 5. We have the mimetic desire, copycat bubbles. What do you have? The idea is that markets inflate as people chase trends. And then so we have the Airbnb gentrification. So how to fix that? What are the fixes by understanding something that happens? Caps on short-term rentals. We have in Berlin that has limited Airbnb to 90-day years, make returns 15k units to residents. And we have social housing influencers. TikTok campaigns normalize affordable housing, like in Vienna's German Angel chick. 6. Via Negativa. So subtract, don't hack. What's the idea? Remove barriers instead of overcomplicating solutions. What's the fix here? Abolish single family zoning. Minneapolis eliminated it, as makes the housing stock increase 12% in 2 years. And streamline permits. In Tokyo, issues permits in 30 days versus 6 months in New York City. Keeps prices stable despite the demand. So another way to act is via Negativa. But then, what's important? Integrated solutions, 3D printed communities. Mexico's actual builds hurricane-proof homes for $6k each, 20k units since 2020. Housing cryptocurrencies. The Rio's favela coin lets residents invest in local upgrades like water sanification via blockchain, and the artificial intelligence urban planning. We have in Seoul's, the Seoul's metaverse master plan simulates city growth to prevent displacement. But then, so why these words? Why I believe that these initiatives, these actions can work? We have examples. We have in Vienna, 60% live in social housing, as make homelessness rate near 0%. We have in Singapore, 80% homes via public housing versus 50% in USA. And obviously the ROI that these actions tend to demonstrate. Every one affordable housing saves, as makes so as well the healthcare, the spend in healthcare decrease a lot. And then how these people spending less in healthcare, they can as well if you invest in other type of things that can so make more companies want to produce and invest in producing technology. If you spend so less in healthcare, it means that you can still spend what you get in other things, stimulating so other type of sectors in the economy that so can develop new techs that people now have more money, more power of purchase to so buy. And that's so something that you have to look for it. So I expect this video has made you gain insights. I expect now you have again understand how you have I have so used these mental models, but you can use a lot of other mental models to create solutions. We have all them, they serve for that. They have patterns that so you take from the reality and reality so that you by understanding it you can as well and now develop a lot of other type of actions in order so to solve this problem that's and that's normally so you can solve it when you're approaching different ways for different angles you can so to build more complex actions. But then so you have as well to understand that you have to be efficient and you cannot test every type of idea that comes to your mind. And then so that's why you should always first prioritize understanding first as much as possible the problem, and then so you develop actions. You should spend the majority of your time in understanding as best as possible the problem, and then so you develop a solution just after it. So I expect these videos make you gain insights. Actually, it was not to may like the channel, to may like the video, so I hope you have put a like in this video. And without much more to say, just thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one.